for those of you who had connection issues which were interrupted on and off over these 3 days. But as a whole, I sincerely hope that you did, for what it's worth, enjoy the very extensive event, which covered quite a lot of issues, things that may have provided some solutions, some insights, and most of all, a sort of a broad kind of feeling of what healthy aging entails within those 10 pillars. Nothing would have happened and nothing would be a success without your participation. So I would really thank you from the bottom of my heart on behalf of Malaysian Healthy Aging Society, on behalf of the organizing chairpersons and the scientific chair, our whole committee, that you have, despite the challenges, persisted with joining us for all the sessions that we have put forth. And without your help and without your participation, this would never have been a reality. And I must say that as of count today, there were 1,108 participants in total for this conference. So thank you so much. So this clap is for all of you that made this a success. Thank you so much. Now I yearn for the day that we are going to do this face to face. So we've really got to get out of our virtual comfort. I know it's wonderful to sit down and listen to a talk in your pajamas, or even give one. And it's been like that for even myself over this past 2 years. So, you know, it's great, but I can't wait for you all to attend our next event and that we get to meet all of you and thank you personally and get to know you, interact, because I do long for those days. Now, for those of you who have come to know us, albeit online, I hope you've come to know by watching the opening ceremony and watching some of our members, our committee members, talk through and getting to know a lot of the speakers. You'll know that some, if not most of them, are members of Malaysian Healthy Aging Society. So if you liked what you saw, you enjoyed the narrative, the discussions, the camaraderie, the spirit of volunteerism, because I must say all the speakers here, you know, I hope hand on heart, I can actually say everyone volunteered. Everyone volunteered to come to speak willingly, without, you know, it was just as a favor to a lot of us. We pulled in our contacts, our friends, our fraternity, and you all really pitched in as much as you could. So thank you on behalf of Malaysian Healthy Aging Society for all the speakers and the chairpersons, because chairpersons, whether it was online, you came and you delivered. And I especially thank the ones that went overtime, because you really gave it your all. And you know, overtime is overtime, it doesn't really matter. And for the speakers that despite your very busy clinical practices, some of you came even in your scrubs. One even came in PPE. So I'm so touched that you were able to give your time. Nothing would work and run and go smoothly without all the people that helped make it happen. If you remember, at one of our opening speeches, I mentioned that you need every turn of the wheel to keep it moving. Every part is well oiled. And it's about, if you're going to go into the Ikigai concept, it's about the small things. And the small things are what makes something great. And the small things are the actual consideration for helping out as much and as well as you can to our volunteers, who are made up of occupational therapists, medical students, senior professionals, those who were doctors, etc., all of you really pitched in. You did not sort of pull rank, and I totally thank you all on behalf of MHAS for that dedication, and a special thanks to our committee led by Dr. Sangeeta, who really ran a tight ship in getting us all speakers, chairpersons, and all of us alike to actually come in on time, do what we need to do, get things moving. And there were glitches along the way. Unfortunately, to err is to be human, and that is something that we will endeavor to strive and work harder to try and meet certain demands of such an event, and then there were an awful lot of you, and so we were so grateful, and hopefully you got the message that we wanted you to have. And I mentioned the committee. Now, no committee is made up of one person, and we have had our organizing chairpersons. Specifically, I'm going to mention Datuk Ganabhaskaran here, because nothing will work if you didn't bark your orders. I say bark because I'm using your words. You had to bark to get things done and moving. You got us. You really got us moving, and thank you for that, because apart from running a tight ship, we need to actually rule and ensure everybody pitches in. And what you said from the beginning, Dato, was that we needed to get all our friends, get healthy aging out there, get everybody, get 10, 15 people, and I think we delivered. I think probably you deserve the commendation for getting over hundreds of people in yourself just by one person, and one TikTok dance got that going for us. So if you want to check out all the shenanigans that were going on behind the scenes, do check out our Malaysian Healthy Aging website. Now, our sponsors, from the very bottom of our hearts, thank you. A lot of the major sponsors have been with us for many years, and they've become good friends, and they have actually pitched in through not just big conferences, even little webinars. You had actually helped support our mission, which is to get the message of healthy aging, get information out to not just health professionals, but to members of the public, members of MGOs, communities, agencies, etc. And I think this partnership and working together, interagency, between NGOs with health professionals, is a good recipe for success in creating a good healthcare ecosystem to the community. And the message is healthy aging. And thank you for all your support, all our sponsors who were both on site as well as virtually. Now, as for the virtual participation of the sponsors, there are many things that perhaps could have gone better, and we aim to correct and rectify all these issues, and the information by sponsors, and therefore the actual rewards via the Shopee incentive for all you virtual participants who go on to the online website and visit the virtual booths. It will still be available for the next month, so do visit. We've got thousands of ringgit worth of Shopee vouchers, so get in there, visit the booths, and try and get as much as you can, because online shopping is a new wave. I don't shop in shops anymore, I just do online. So Shopee, thank you so much for getting us involved. Now, our media partner, MIMS, is going to take the next step towards getting us a little bit more engaged on a national and international platform. So following this conference, we will be getting the speakers engaged with MIMS to actually talk about there's particular areas that they spoke about during the conference, and this will go on to be published within their magazines, and you've seen that there are many of these magazines on the table, so do take them with you, do put them in your clinics or your facilities, and get them read, get them distributed, as it is lots of important information. I hope all of you have also managed to do the QR for MIMS every day, so that you will get your free newsletter that will get you the information on the conference and what you may have missed at some points because you went out for makan, etc. but came back. You'll be able to watch online, and the MIMS newsletter is available for you as well. And I think I've got loads of people to thank here, and the actual well, we have to thank City Bayview for providing us with a very comfortable venue, and forgive me if catering was a little bit of a glitch today, but we hope that you all managed to get your tapaos after, and do enjoy the rest of the day, because it's been despite a very, very tight schedule, you've all managed to go across all the breakout rooms. So I think thank you so much. And last but not least, E-League, Kenanga, thank you for the people behind the scenes that have actually gotten the live feeds going despite the challenges. Yeah, Jizam, and Mr. Pragash, sincerely, in getting all the feedback and complaints managed via WhatsApp, via emails. Now, things are still going on, and we are still trying to get engaged with those of you. We will provide an e-certificate for you before long as well, so do look out on your emails to get your e-certificate. And if there are any issues with QR codes, please let us know within the next 4 days, because we will need for you, if you have any issues with claiming your CPD points, do email the Secretariat so that we can get that. So it's not just for the doctors, it's for the nurses and the pharmacists and allied health professionals. Do get that claimed. And thank you so much for the bottom of my heart. And for those of you who are physically here, it's been lovely knowing you. Let's get in touch, and don't forget to become members, yeah? And if you become a member, don't just do once for this conference. Go on to become life members, because we'd love for you to be part of our community and to sort of spread the message. And of course, a lot of you here are, I think, potential speakers in yourselves, because from speaking to a lot of you, you've got some projects going on, you've got plans. The Sarawakians that came from a long way were quite, very, very keen on starting things. And so we'd like to hear about your endeavors on healthy aging, and do share with us what you're doing and write to us, so that then we can actually have more webinars, more, in fact, we can come over to your state and wherever you are and collaborate. We'll try and get some sponsorship going for that, so that we can then spread that message over to where you are. So if you're working in a hospital, in a community, or in a facility or an agency, do contact Malaysian Healthy Aging Society, so that then we can actually help plan a program with you. We can engage some of our speakers, but make your area, your community, your agency the showcase, depending on what area of healthcare that you wanted to talk about. So with that, I'm really, really happy to conclude this day's session, but no conclusion is perfect without a word from Professor Nathan Vaidyanathan. Just to say a few words, just for the last few minutes, to thank everyone again. This man has pulled in lots of the speakers. He is the one that actually got the crowds and the speakers coming together. And if Dr. Sangeeta ran a tight ship and Dr. Bhaskaran ruled over us, this one got us through and banded together and kept us together. Thank you, Prof. Nathan.
Thanks very much, Prof. Sharul, Dr. Bhaskaran. Thank you all for being here. I think it was a tough challenge for all of us. And I think the person who needs applause is Dr. Sangeeta. She worked very hard, very, very hard. It's not easy organizing a conference of this nature, having I think nearly 80 over speakers. Sangeeta, am I right? And it's not easy getting them, especially during this period of time with the pandemic, etc. We had to literally, most of them came forward when they knew we were doing a conference of this nature and they wanted to participate. It's interesting when I went around talking to a number of people, they said the topics are fantastic. How do you guys come up with such topics? It's obviously a scientific committee and a team of us. And I think the person who also did loads of work for us to make sure this conference ran was Dr. Bhaskaran. Thanks, Dr. Bhaskaran, because it is not easy coming in for the first time to a committee that has been there, 15, 20 years we have been together, and then trying to remodel and change things. Evolution needs to take place and everything, and obviously we have got a lot of new people into the committee, but I owe it to the Penang OT department. I think Ms. Uy has left, I think, but the OT department came up with volunteers just like that, you know. And obviously the medical students from Pradana, etc. One way or the other, everybody did a part. So with that, this is not the end. We will be back. As who says that I'll be back is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Have a good, safe journey back.